Hello everyone, I welcome you to my book review session today. Today I'm going to talk about the book named The Stranger in Mirror. The Other Side of Midnight, written by Mr. Sidney Sheldon. Don't worry, actually I have the book The Stranger in the Mirror and I will show it or I will talk about it in another day. This is the book The Stranger in Mirror, not today though, because the other side of midnight is Sheldon's debut book. In 1973 it was released and Mr. Sheldon got Best Debut Writer Award for this book. He enthralled the readers, he created a shock. And he's staying at number 1 in New York Times bestseller. The attitude, the flow, it all started from the other side of midnight, because in 1973, it's the important year, and Mr. Sheldon wrote this book. It was released. People came to know him. He was benchmarked. He created his readers at that year or in coming years. But what happened is that Mr. Sheldon came as such a writer who would be there to rule for a very, very long time. And he ruled basically because in 2001, the figure was 300 million copies worldwide sold. You know, the figures may come low or high, but it's 300 million worldwide. And why it happened? Because he created a phenomena. And how it was created? Because he was a magician. He was a magician about words. How he wrote his words, how he write his things. He knew his stuff. He's a master storyteller. He was called the world's favorite storyteller. And when he was interviewed once at that time, he told that I write my books in such a way that you cannot put it down. Because whenever you predict this is going to happen, I'm going to catch you there. Because that thing is not going to happen. He was the master of making the things unpredictable. Okay? About the book, The Other Side of Midnight. This is a fast-paced book about romance, revenge, thrill and suspense. The story started in 1919. Remember the USA that was in depression? Yes, in 1919. And the book ended in 1947. But you know what happened in between 1919 and 1947? The world actually changed. In 1919, Ford said they can make any car until or unless it is black. And in 1947, they were not saying that. In 1947, they were making engines for aeroplanes. They were making engines for armored vehicles. In 1947, the depression was over. In 1947, there were 2 atomic explosions in Japan. In 1947, a second world war was over. And Sheldon chose this time to write his master story, The Other Side of Midnight, and after it was released, it created a global phenomenon. It became a major motion picture. And about this book, the 2 main characters, 2 ladies, one born in USA, one in Paris, they were born in very normal families, in very normal life, had to have the very normal life. But fate and the determination and courage took them to unexplainable heights, and their fates were intertwined in such a way that you can never predict, never imagine. That is gonna keep you almost breathless. So I welcome you to read this book, The Other Side of Midnight, and in this way you can get into the world of Sheldon. You can also know how today's storyteller, how they are gonna write the gripping stories, how they do it, how they learned the art of storytelling. Because Dan Brown mentioned his book as an inspiring book. The way how he portrayed suspense or thrill in his novel, The Da Vinci Code. The Sheldon's book, The Doomsday Conspiracy, was one of Dan Brown's inspiring books. And nobody writes today thrilling books or suspense books other than reading Sidney Sheldon. So I welcome you to read The Other Side of Midnight and follow my